Hey loves, welcome back to TigeraGitana. My name is Abby and today we are going to be doing the weekly chakra healing video. And I also have an announcement to make because I think I'm going to attempt doing this from now on my channel. I've been debating whether or not I should do the chakra healing videos by sign. If you think it's a good idea, you could post a comment below, so like the video, so I can get an idea if it's like a good idea to do or if I should just continue doing the general readings. Generally speaking, I know that the videos by sign do take a longer time to do. There are obviously more signs. There's 12 signs to do, so these do take a lot more time, a lot more energy to do. But I've been debating it. I have the records open right now and they're telling me to try it out. So next week's video, it's gonna be by sign, just as a test, and then I'll see how it goes. I'll see how I feel about it. If you do like it that way, make sure you comment below so I can get a sense of making sure that not only am I doing what's right for me, but also right for you guys. So definitely comment below, let me know. Also, I am my second announcement is that I am apologizing for going MIA last week. A lot of stuff went down last week. It's the best way I could put it. There was an accident. There was like stuff that came out of the blue, stuff that came out of nowhere. Like it was a very weird week for me. So I kind of, especially because where Scorpio sits in my chart, like it just makes me just like whoop, I gotta focus on that. So I just kind of like was totally out of it. And I know I promised you guys videos last week that were supposed to be posted and they didn't get posted, so I'm sorry about that. However, they are going to be coming out this week. There is going to be the video coming this week, which is a vlog of another Bruja blog video, so stay tuned for that. And there's a couple more videos coming up that I am still scheduling myself to do this week. So I'm really excited, but it has been a little bit hectic and I'm sorry that I have been MIA. So yeah, so back to the norm. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention is I did a live last week. I believe it was at the beginning of the week when the moon, I believe when the moon was a Taurus actually. I did a live and I pulled some cards out on my Instagram because I've never done that live there before, so I really wanted to just do it live. So there are going to be more lives coming around on my channel, specifically for the patrons themselves, because they get their own live as well. So stay tuned for more information on that because I should be coming out soon. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, but we're gonna get it together. We're getting through Scorpio season. Is the last week of Scorpio season, is the last week of Mercury retrograde. You know, it's still gonna be post shadow phase, but at least it's going, you know, direct. Yeah, it's just been a little hectic. It's been a little crazy. But I'm kind of ready for the Sagittarius season. I need like a break. I need something. So yeah, I'm kind of excited for the shift that's coming for the next, but like I feel it. It's coming. I know it's coming, but it's just been a little bit crazy. This week's reading is very much like a I don't even know how, like, I'm gonna explain it to y'all, but it's a lot. So I actually pulled out 3 oracle cards from 3 different oracle decks just to help you guys process this week, because this week is a little bit of, it's work. This week is like, okay, take the lessons from Scorpio season and keep it moving. Okay, we're gonna start off with the root chakra. Okay, so our message for the root chakra, and by the way, the tarot deck that I'm using, also before I even get to that, the bottom of the deck for this week is the 2 of Wands and the Chariot. Okay, now if you notice, this deck looks a little bit different than the original Rider-Waite, and that is because I'm using the After Tarot deck, which is a deck that I bought in a very special place that I will eventually talk to you guys about sometime in the future. Yeah, I bought it in a very special place, and yeah, I kind of gravitated. At first I was just like, gave it the curious eye, but then going through the cards, it's just really beautiful, because basically the way that this tarot deck works is it's called the after tarot, because is the after card is the card that comes after every card in the original Rider-Waite. So like, for example, this is the Five of Wands, and if you remember the Five of Wands in the original Rider-Waite, they're fighting in this card. So it's like what comes after the fact. So it's a very, like, for example, this is a Two of Swords. So it's a very Pentacles. So it's a very different deck, and I am gonna do like a unboxing of sorts, even though I'm using it, but like, just I guess so you guys can see the deck when I talk about this deck with you guys sometime in the future, when things get settled down a little bit and I get to explain all the fun stuff, where I got this deck and all this stuff. The vlog is coming for that as well. But first, some things have to get themselves sorted out in the universe, so I'm waiting for that to happen first. But yeah, so we're going to be using this deck, the After Tarot. So just keep in mind that every single card in here is going to be, it's like the after effect. But we are still talking about this week. So what comes after last week is this week, correct? Okay, so for the root chakra, and I don't want you to get scared, but we got the Tower for this week. And if you look at, again, what I just told you with the whole being the After Tarot, if you look at the card, what is different between this card and the card in the Rider-Waite? You see they fell, okay? You see that the tower is still coming down, okay? You see it's on fire, okay? But they dead, okay? I don't want you to be like, oh, I'm gonna die this week. No, we alive, we cute. By the way, I also have the records open right now. I'm sorry, I'm like a little bit all over the place. I have so many messages to tell you guys. It's like, that's literally my brain. But we got the Tower for the root chakra this week, and it's really interesting that I got, like, when I saw this card, it reminded me of the live that I did on Instagram recently, because I was pulling, I did a Taurus full moon card pull for everybody, as far as like what was coming afterwards, what we were manifesting, what's the messages that we should be getting, etc., what are the blockages, etc. And I remember somebody got the message that was very similar to this, as far as like in connection to wanting to have kept something in a certain way, but it didn't work out, and so now we're like having to accept this process. And to be honest, when it comes to the Tower energy, the Tower card, as a long-standing process that we have to go through, you have to understand that this is Uranus energy, okay? So Uranus in astrology is very much unexpected. He likes to start and stir the pot. He likes to start shit. He just likes to, you know, and the point of it, even though I feel like in parts it is a little bit of a tricky situation, almost like Mercury likes to be the trickster god, Uranus has a little bit of a, you know, kind of thing to him as well. However, with Uranus, the point is, because he rules the higher conscious mind, that's why Aquarius is the way they are, the point is to elevate yourself. So you need to understand that when it comes for this week in the root chakra space, what you're going through the Tower with, it's something that you needed to elevate yourself from. There's a reason why it's getting taken away from you, and you need to accept that. You need to process that. You need to try to make this fall here that happened as smooth and easy as possible. I will call in the angels and help you fly down there. Actually, I wouldn't actually land on your face. Try to make this as smoothly as you can. If you need to rip the band-aid, rip it. If you want to do it slowly, that's fine. If you want to watcha, like watcha. But this week is really about elevating yourself from this energy, moving forward. We are coming out of Scorpio season this week. However, we're not coming out of Scorpio season without experiencing an intense Scorpio moon again, because there is going to be a new moon next week, and so in Sagittarius on Tuesday, and so right before that, obviously, we have to experience Scorpio energy one last time as we push through into Sag season. It's just like that one, like, last enjoy this for one last week. one last moment, one last day. As hard as those moments are, there is a need to just like go through the process. This is that Phoenix transformation phase that we're going through in our root chakra. Some people are having a lot of downloads as it comes from the crown chakra itself. I feel like some people are having some awakenings. For some people, this is definitely some kundalini energy. Like I see some people just kind of having extreme experiences this week where it just shakes them to their core, and it's just like, whether this is like a relationship situation or a job situation, some people this is an actual like uprooting of a spiritual experience. So just be mindful of that. Also, I have to say this because this is a message I'm getting from the records. Pay attention to your ancestors this week specifically, because they have a lot of things that they want to say, and some of you guys have not been doing the work. So talk to your ancestors, do that ancestor meditation. I've also am going to be posting an ancestor meditation quite soon because that's one of my downloads that I got that I need to do that. It's been coming up a lot. During Scorpio season is a really good season to do a lot of death work that includes the ancestors, that includes anything that has to do with spirits and the dead, as well as your own like dead baggage, but the dead. So you need some messages. It's gonna ease this situation as well. Just like I told you, you can call in the angels to make this landing on the ground a lot easier. You can call in your ancestors to do the same. And talking about the angels, for the sacral chakra, we got the Lovers card, and this is Gemini energy in the sacral space, and it does not go over my head the importance of this kind of air energy in the sacral space, because it's two different energies. The sacral space is ruled really by Scorpio. That's why sexual healing is important during this time, which is a way to release tension through Scorpio season, which is another thing that you might be wanting to do this week, as far as just like releasing some sexual trauma, sexual wounds, sexual baggage this week. Definitely work with your sacral chakra. Be active with yourself, be active with other people, whatever, but work with your sacral chakra in a intentful way, not just in a getting off way, but in an intentful way, because it does help relieve some of the energy. With the Lovers in this has to do with the way you communicate, and what this week is really important. I cannot stress it enough. It's really important for you to pay attention to the words that you're saying, because they're either gonna get locked in your trauma space. It's kind of like, you're getting your last moments in your bank vault, and you're locking things in your bank and you're walking out of the bank. You're getting your last moments to do that, and the one thing you don't want to do is say toxic things, carry toxic words, toxic messages, toxic situations, communications into your womb space. If you say, "Oh, I can't do this," if you put yourself down in any way, if you say, "Oh, I can't, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that," it's really gonna get buried there for like another year, up until the next Scorpio season next year, and then you're gonna have to uproot that and then go through this process. So I would suggest this week that y'all keep it light and airy. Okay, and I know sometimes Geminis have a tendency to, they fluid, they go both ways. Sometimes they're really good and yippity, and other times they get really down and really depressed. So you have to just be mindful this week of how you are communicating to your womb, how you're communicating to yourself. Your self-care practice is the test this week, okay? And if you really look at this card, the Lover's card, in comparison to the Rider-Waite, you can see that the angel is holding a sword, and that the woman is handing the apple to the man in this card. And that's because if you look at the first portion of like the first Rider-Waite, like the way the Lovers look, there is a communication happening, but it's almost like, okay, the woman is looking up, the man is looking somewhere else, and it's just like there is almost a disconnect of what's happening. This is a successful communication. This is why the angel is holding the sword the way he's holding it, because there is a information, a balancing, a communication happening between those two people, between those parts of yourself. There is like a solidification of, okay, this is the message, I have successfully given her the message, and she is giving it to, there's an attention grab to the man now. Okay, here is the message. We are one with the message. You need to be one with the message that you are planting, with the intentions that you are planting in your womb space this week. I cannot stress it enough. I'm not gonna say it again. Y'all heard me the first time. Okay? Okay, now for the solar plexus, we have the King of Cups. And if you see the King of Cups, again, different than the Rider-Waite, he is pouring the cup into the ocean. And this is really important because this is kind of like, in our solar plexus, we're kind of in a place where we feel like we've gotten through Scorpio season, even though we're kind of, because he don't look happy. He's like, you know what, I'm just gonna add my emotions to this ocean. I learned what I needed to learn, but it wasn't a fun thing. But I'm out here. I guess I'm a king now. I guess. Okay. Now, the thing that you need to remember about this type of energy, especially in the solar plexus, is that you do want to be on that king level. You do want to feel like, okay, you know what? I'm in control. I know how I feel. I'm moving forward with clear intentions. I'm following my intuition, and you know what, I had to let that go. I had to let that go into the ocean, and that's totally fine. This is really about healing the ego, and how it's not really easy to heal the ego and give to the ego what it needs in the moment, in that specific moment. So for this week, I really need you guys to focus on self-care. It is a huge aspect of this week. It is something that's just, it's gonna feel a little bit heavy, but you're gonna come out of it a lot stronger, and you'll be able to give to others what you have learned from this week as well. So just be mindful of your self-care this week. Don't be bitter. Don't try to hold on to any negativity. It's the way I'm gonna make it. Just don't try to hold on to those type of things, because at this point in the week, it's not worth it for your own self-care. It's just not worth it for your growth. It's just not worth it. For the heart chakra, we have the 7 of Wands. So where some of you guys, and if you remember the 7 of Wands, he's originally up on the hill and he's getting attacked by all these wands. Now he's coming down from that hill. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna fight y'all on y'all level, because I'm tired of trying to, you know, get up to level, like higher ground, because you guys I just keep getting I'm tired. Okay, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna get up on your level and I'm gonna whip no, but seriously, that's literally what is happening here. It's just like, okay, I'm done, and this again, I'm done energy. This is I'm done, like heart, like there's only so much you can take as far as your heart chakra this week. There's only so much you can take, and at some point you are going to have to take that King of Cups energy, and just as he's pouring it into the ocean, you are going to have to be like, okay, well, I'm done. This is where I'm at. This is what we're doing. Because I'm done. You're gonna have to stick up for yourself this week. You're gonna have to stop fighting the moment, stop fighting the person, stop fighting your partner, your job, your boss. Stop fighting. Just say what you need to say. You were honest. Don't feel guilty about being honest this week. It's just not it. It ain't it. Say what you need to say. Keep it moving. You gotta be unapologetic this week, because at the end of the day, you're gonna be blocking your self-care if you don't. It's hurting you more to allow people to still attack you, and for you to stay on a higher place and a higher ground, like, oh my god, no, I'm better than this, I can't do. No, at this point, get down from the hill, be like, why God keep doing this? I'm gonna need everybody to get the wands out my face, okay? Because I'm not, no. We're just not gonna play this game anymore. So there is a limit, okay? You need to explain and say what your limit is this week, because you don't want to keep in this cycle. Okay, you just don't. It's no point. It's really a lack of. There's a lack of. For the third chakra, we have the 8 of Pentacles, we have the 9 of Pentacles, and we have the Knight of Cups. And they all look very differently. I mean, she's still chilling in her garden, collecting her coins. But this week, again, just like I told you in that sacral space, because this is very much in connection with the throat chakra, the sacral chakra, the throat chakra, very much in connection. You need to stay on this level, okay? I need y'all to look at the process, look at what you worked on, look at what intentions you worked on for the past couple of months. Give yourself the props of it. Look at your habits, look at where you've gotten, look at how your body is, like, whatever intention you set that you've been working towards, you need to really hold yourself up and be like, you know what, I did what I needed to do. And if there's still some things that you're working on, that's fine. However, part of self-care is looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, okay, where was I last week? Where was I 2 weeks ago? Where was I a month ago that I'm not now? That I'm in a better place now because I set those intentions. That is in its own way a form of abundance. That emotional healing that you're doing, those words that you're speaking to yourself, that is a form of abundance. That is a form of a blessing. That is a form of you planting seeds to be better and you seeing your progress grow. So this is why you need to be strong with your sacral space this week, because again, just like I've been telling you for a while now, this is your conductor. You need to make sure you're conducting good energy, that you're empowering yourself, that you're emboldening yourself, that you are calling in positivity and growth and like lightness, and keep up this good work. Look at your good work, hold yourself accountable for it. Don't get in the toxicity of the thing, because you don't want to bury that in your sacral space. You want to say, wow, I manifested all of this stuff. That's what you really want to work on this week. So your throat chakra is very important this week. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on your words. Don't sleep on your thoughts. If you think something like because we all, you know, get into that funk sometimes, immediately say the opposite to yourself. Immediately. Like right after you even think that thing, opposite. Because what that does is that it trains you to do that Gemini thing. Because this is something I do. Because I have a Gemini moon, so this is something I do. Like sometimes I'll be thinking, like if I even think negatively or whatever, because it happens to everybody. I'll immediately be like, no, but I can never do that. What? Like I'll literally, like I have my two twins working. One of them likes to be annoying sometimes. The other one's like, but that's not who I am. So hold yourself accountable. Have those conversations internally with yourself. Don't sleep on your own verbal potential is the way I want to say it. Now, for your third eye, we have strength and we have temperance. And this is kind of hilarious because it's really speaking to Sagittarius season. The moon is in Leo right now, so I'm not really surprised as this energy is coming out. But you're going to see things moving in Sagittarius season. You know this, okay? Scorpio season, again, it's a little bit hard to get through. It just is. It's the darkest season in the zodiac. It's the darkest sign in the zodiac. It's just a hard season to get through, okay? But you need to see the light. You have two fires here. Two fire signs here to guide you through the light. You have an angel to guide you through the light. You need to really follow that this week. It's really about, okay, it's over in a week. What else can I maximize? Again, solar plexus. What else can I maximize with this emotional energy, with this intuitive energy of myself that will elevate myself, that would empower myself, that I can use in Sagittarius season, that will enable me to enjoy and use that season in a different way? What can I be doing? Because I already know this is coming. I already know this energy is coming. It's right along the way. And the point of it is to leave Scorpio season stronger than you were. Okay? So when you get to Sagittarius season, you have that balance. You're tempered. Again, everything we've been working towards from Virgo season to Libra season to now leads you into this Jupiter-esque season, which is just lucky enjoyment. It's a lot of holidays kind of around. It's in between holidays. It's just fun. It's just like expansive. It's just things happen. Okay, right before we get into Capricorn season, everybody starts thinking about their lives. Okay, but there's a breath of fresh air here, and it's coming very soon at the end of the week. Okay, especially with the moon next week. So breathe, empower yourself. Self-care is key this week. Don't get lost in the sauce too much, please, because it's gonna be over soon, and you just need to accept that. With the crown chakra, we have the Hierophant, and this is very much a commitment. And I'm gonna explain to you why that is when we're talking about the oracle cards. Before we get into the crown chakra, we're gonna come back to that. But I just wanted to note as well, for the root chakra, I wanted to just clarify the root energy, and the card that came out was lucky for the Tower card, and this is the message that one of the signs got during the Instagram live video, which was, you are lucky that you are out of the situation. If you had spent more time in the situation, you would have been more unlucky, because you would have wasted more time, you would have invested more of yourself, and it was just not worth it. You are lucky that you experienced it to the point that you did, and now you're being liberated from the situation. That was the message that came up last week, and this is exactly the message that is coming up this week for you guys for the root chakra space. You are lucky that you don't have to go through this anymore. You are lucky that this is not an experience you need to repeat. You are lucky that you are taking, your things, bouncing, moving forward, mind clear, empowered. Like, you are lucky. Understand that this energy can also be lucky. As traumatic, as painful, as annoying as it can be, it's a very lucky thing, because you are wasting less time in the long run, later on in the future, because you also understand Uranus moves a little bit slow. Okay, he's one of the slower moving planets. You'll see it later on how lucky you were, but you need to give it time. Okay, now for the other oracle cards that came out, this is from the Gypsy Oracle. We got Sweetheart, Consolation, and Wedding. There's a lot of angel energy this week, as you can see from the fact that like 2 angels came out in this deck, and then 1 right there as well. That's why Consolation came this week. Use your tools, use your spirit guides, use your angels this week specifically to really get you out of this situation. Call on them. They are ready. Go. Do the prayers, meditate, call on your angels, because this week is a very potent week to do this type of work. So this week this is why, if you're like begging, if you're needing help, if you just need somebody to just be there for you, ask for help. That's why Consolation is there. That's why the angels are coming up so hard in this reading. Then we have Sweetheart, okay? And we have Wedding. And I don't want you guys to think, oh my God, I'm gonna get it. No. This card right here, the Wedding, it goes hand in hand with this. This is a commitment, okay? It doesn't necessarily have to mean a wedding, okay? It's a commitment that you're making. This week, it's putting you in a position where you're having to commit to something. That thing hopefully being yourself before anything else, but it is a commitment. It is something that you are investing in. What the choices that have gotten you here and everything, that where you've been positioned as of right now, is because now you're in a place where you can commit to what is coming in the future, okay? So this week, don't sleep on the intentions that you've set, and don't stop making intentions for the upcoming season. Do that. Make sure you're working your magic in a strategic way as well, that they support your goals, they support your commitments, and conform to that instead of conforming to any of the toxicity, especially in the heart chakra space. Okay, I do feel like some people, there are some messages that are coming through for some people from, I do feel like it's the ancestors, the angels as well. There's some deities that are coming through for some people as well. But it's like, it's a lot of them. There's some people like that they work with different deities, and they're coming through for you. You can't fully see what's happening, but they're there. Just let yourself be nurtured, because this is the reason why this is the underlining of the reading. The Chariot and the 2 of Wands. This is the sign of Cancer. You are being nurtured to your future. That's what's happening here. So don't doubt that you're getting help. Don't doubt that the choices you're making are not for you, okay? You still have free will, but you are getting assistance. There is still assistance happening with everything that you're doing. There's still there's divine assistance happening. Now, with Sweetheart, because I did want to talk about this, for some of you guys, you really need to focus, especially this is more of an upcoming thing, you need to focus on writing down exactly what it is that you would like in a partner. And I'm not talking about being superficial, I'm talking about what you would love someone to be. And I clarified this in the weekly chakra healing video for, no, I'm sorry, the weekly message from the Akashic Records reading in the Patreon, because this energy came up when in regards to soulmates and calling in the person, being fearful of receiving and not wanting it to be like this and that type of situation. So that was clarified in that reading. If you want to check it out on the Patreon, the link will be down below. But there's still this energy, this Sweetheart is someone you feel a lightness to. So when it comes to that love vibration, that love energy, and wanting to connect with someone in that way, write down what it is that you want. Write down what it is that you need. Try to see what in those two lists are similar. Okay? And then set that intention and call that intention forward, because that's what you actually need. I feel like a lot of people are getting lost in the pain of the thing, and this is why things are hurting so much as they are, because they're not at the level that they need to be, is the way I'm going to put it. The last two oracle cards that we're going to talk about is from the Isis Oracle, which is the Chariot of Ascension, Spiritual Work of the Higher Initiate, and Ancient Power Mysteries. Hear the rattle of Isis playing. These are the two cards. Okay, and I feel like if you haven't been thinking that the things that have been happening to you right now in your life have been spiritual work, even though they might be a little bit more mundane, they have been. So pay attention to that. You are getting pushed to go higher. Again, you, to an extent, you are getting divinely protected, divinely guided, but at the same time, it might not seem like you are. So there's like a level of knowledge and a level of understanding that's happening right now. That's why this card is there, because it's the level of understanding that's happening right now. You are getting downloaded information. You are getting taught how to heal from specific situations, and you're going to have to share those experiences with people down the line, because that's another reason why we learn and go through these lessons. But you also need to integrate the mysteries as you grow. And this is the combination of these two cards. As you grow, as you initiate higher, and that's actually funny, because one of the cards that came out for the patrons for the weekly message from the Akashic Records was actually being initiated higher, going higher, thinking higher, leveling up higher. And that comes with knowing what's going on in your life and addressing it and integrating it and moving forward and continuing to take those steps higher and higher in your life. So there's this beautiful kind of process happening this week, and overall you need to understand that you are lucky that you're going through this process, even though, again, it might not feel the best. It might be a little bit annoying, it might be a little bit aggressive sometimes, it might feel like a constant battle. Things are going to smooth over, things are going to feel a little bit different, especially next week. So don't put yourself in a struggle mentality. Work with the angels. That's really coming apart for this reading. Work with the angels, ask for assistance, and watch how things go moving forward. Walk as if you're protected, walk as if you have them behind you, because you do, period. So I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to check out the Patreon, because we're always growing over there, and there's more stuff coming for the rest of the month. It's gonna be fun. And the monthly community spell is also going to happen again. I'm really excited about this one because it's gonna be during Sagittarius season, so we're gonna get to play with some things. But I will see you guys in the next video. I have an event tonight that if you're following me on Instagram or Patreon, if you're a patron, you saw that I posted it. I have an event tonight at 8 o'clock, and I'm really excited. So I'm going to be doing tarot readings and selling some more products. Yeah, and I'm really excited because I've been doing more events recently, so I'm just really excited. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you all to all my new subscribers. I'm really excited for all of you to be here, and I can't wait to continue growing with you guys. And definitely drop in the comments any suggestions, any videos you want me to see coming soon. I am going to be making the video of why some people can only manifest love or money, one or the other, vice versa, even though they're on the same vibration. There is going to be a video coming up on that because I know that you guys are curious about that. So yeah, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you in the next video.